Robson's resurgent England. A year on from the agony of the European Championships, the World Cup beckons.
And Lineker! And Lineker, surely! It's in! Lineker, that's a good touch. Stevens now, can he get a quality cross in? He can! Barnes! Yes! That's the goal we wanted! Rocastle. And still, took two to stop him. And here's Lineker, a terrible back pass. Rocastle, Smith, no, Webb, 3.
After Saturday's impressive performance, England tonight faced a friendly in Denmark. The highlights with England aiming to end the season unbeaten and on form. Heading the last match of the season, England's international against Denmark in Copenhagen this evening. A friendly international to celebrate the centenary of the Danish FA. In World Cup terms, it's another useful pointer. Denmark are unbeaten in Group 1. England are the unbeaten leaders of Group 2. And as they showed against Poland on Saturday, coming back to their very best form. The commentators in Copenhagen, Trevor Brooking with Barry Davis. Useful match for Bobby Robson and a historic one for Peter Shilton.
As the Danes celebrate the centenary of their football association, Peter Shilton sets a new English record. His 109th cap, presentation made by Dick Bragg, the chairman of the International Committee. There are 5 changes in the Danish side compared with Wembley in September, and like England, a marked change in their fortunes since then. 1 defeat in 8 games, and in their last game here, they scored 7 times against Greece. As a recall for Ivan Nielsen in defence, the first cap in midfield for 20-year-old Henrik Riesem, and the Laudrup up front is the younger brother, Brian. The German-based players were not considered. Bobby Robson brings back David Rocastle in midfield with the plan to give Barnes and Waddle 1/2 each. Paul Parker is in for the injured Gary Stevens, but Tony Dorigo has to wait again as Stuart Pearce has recovered from a bruised ankle to keep his 100% record for the season. The officials tonight come from Holland, the referee Jacob Eulenberg. England looking to end their season unbeaten. It's their 10th match. 6 wins and 3 draws. And to maintain the record, important to the manager, Bobby Robson. Some debate about whether he would change the style of play. But his feeling is that his team will play, as he puts it, the way we know and get the best out of it. And with the Danes playing 5 in midfield, it would, he says, be good practice for playing a flat back 4. Rocastle's cross produces the first corner. Ivan Nielsen played in the first game of the season for PSV Eindhoven, but that was his only appearance in the first team because of a groin injury. Since then, he's only had 2 reserve team appearances. Peter Beardsley to take the corner. Butcher forward. Goal kick. And some early thoughts from Trevor Brooking.
Well, although the matches are friendly, England's next fixture, of course, early September in Sweden. Big World Cup game, and Denmark, the ideal preparation. Very fluent midfield, everyone breaking from deep positions, and that's just the sort of opposition Sweden will pose, so I think it's a good test.
This is Michael Laudrup. It's Lars Olsen, the sweeper, number 4, getting forward. Here he is. Taken over the captaincy from the other Olsen, Morten Olsen. Gary Lineker, John Barnes. Olsen again. Riesem to his right. Elstrup, away by Walker. Not the best of passes from Ivan Nielsen. Robson. Useful ball to Gary Lineker. And the referee says play on. And Gary Lineker cannot believe it. Kent Nielsen went in for the challenge. And Gary Lineker cannot believe that the Dutch referee didn't give him the penalty. Neither can I. Beardsley turned nicely away from his man, Brian Robson. Fell just as Brian Robson wanted it. The goalkeeper saved well with his leg. Set up nicely, coming right onto his left foot. He struck the ball harder than that, I think. Schmeichel makes the save. Still no score, but the contest that Bobby Robson said he was looking forward to, his style of the back four against the mass of players in midfield.
Our defence has been coping pretty well at the moment. Peter Shilton doing a few exercises in penalty area just to keep loose.
This is Lineker. Webb took it well. Lineker onside. Goal number 29 for Gary Lineker. One of the easiest he's scored. Goals in consecutive matches, and it was really started by Rocastle when he first won the ball. But Webb set up the whole thing, and Lineker got away. They are pleading for offside, but the linesman absolutely level, keeps his flag down, and England have the lead. I must say there seem to be so many players offside here that it's not true, but the linesman says, OK, well, we lost one, we may have gained another.
Yeah, balanced each other out, didn't they? I mean, Gary Lineker there is always beyond Neil Webb, and at the very least is level, so he has to be offside, really, and perhaps they were thinking back to that penalty. But a very easy goal, wasn't it? And really one that Denmark, they tried to push up, play offside. Neil Webb touched it through himself and played it unselfishly square, and another good boost for England, isn't it, with the confidence factor.
And I would think that Gary Lineker maybe now happier on two accounts. Here's Ivan Nielsen, because had the penalty, of course, been given, it's unlikely that Gary Lineker would have taken it, so it wouldn't have been goal number 29 in his personal column. This is Elstrup. Oh, he's taken such a long time and wouldn't take the responsibility. Really poor play by Elstrup, it has to be said. Helps. And Butcher tidies things up. Golden opportunity for Lars Elstrup, which he really should have done more with. Certainly should have got a shot on goal. Recent, nice control. Peltz. And you can see how controlling the football is well appreciated in Copenhagen. Helt. Laudrup is a good return, cut out by Walker. Elstrup, and the first save that Shilton has had to make in the match of any note. And how well he makes it. He was very quickly off his line to smother at the feet of Elstrup. Lovely through ball by Michael Laudrup, and a beautifully timed run off his line from Peter Shilton. Sample for any young goalkeeper. Laudrup, and the other Laudrup starts to run. And for a second seemed to have got away from Walker. But Walker nullifying the threat. I thought there was a bit of an arm linking, and there probably was, but it looked pretty even to me. Well, who is pushing and pulling whom?
Excellent defensive work by Des Walker there. His pace very much evident again. But it's been a good performance by England. Strangely enough, the more inexperienced side, David Rocastle and Paul Parker, has probably showed more than the left-hand side, with John Barnes finding it difficult to get into the game. But they worked very hard to close down that sort of loaded midfield of Denmark, with Peter Beardsley, as you say, scampering about, helping out and making himself available whenever. So they'll be very pleased to go in 1-0 up.
Help for Denmark after a couple of spins. Definite push that time by Brian Laudrup. And Brian Robson, as on Saturday, so much the ball winner, and looking for the early ball too. And the half ends with England having been denied what seemed to be a clear penalty, were then allowed to take the lead through Gary Lineker when he seemed to be well offside. So in a curious fashion, the half-time score is reached. Denmark 0, England 1. Well, this is the goal that divides the teams. Well, it may have been just slightly behind Gary Lineker. The linesman was level and the goal stood, but it certainly looked offside to us. At the other end, Peter Shilton making one fine save, a dive at the feet of Elstrup, and his record all the more remarkable for the fact that between 1974 and 79 he made just 4 appearances in 40 games that England played, when Ray Clements was the man between the posts. And in front of him in this match against Denmark, England have brought on 2 substitutes at the start of the second half. Chris Waddle for John Barnes, and Liverpool's Steve McMahon in place of Nottingham Forest's Neil Webb. McMahon getting his first game of this season. His last appearance was against the USSR at the end of the European Championships. Gets an early touch too. Although only able to just clear the ball. Parker. No substitutes yet by Denmark. Managers have come to an agreement that substitutes can be fairly liberal. Robson. First touch for Waddle. Rocastle. Walker. McMahon. In really fine form for Liverpool, particularly at the hectic close of the season that was forced upon them. Parker. Brian Laudrup has stayed down after that challenge. Chris Waddle, it's his 44th cap. Beardsley. Finds Robson. And Beardsley's role not only in scampering to get things going in attack, but his contribution in midfield, which now has Steve McMahon playing in it, is vital when the other side have the ball. He's certainly put the Danes under pressure when they've tried to build. Reestham on the far side. Header by Pearce. Lars Olsen. Laudrup to Ivan Nielsen. That's well played, and that's a very, very good tackle by Walker. Ivan Nielsen got forward well, and it was a good ball that he played through. Good control from the big man through the legs of Butcher, and the cover tackle was superb. Rocastle. Lineker expecting support, there isn't any there. Hilt. Laudrup. Bartram. Everything to his right. Olsen on the near post. And he had great power. And it was the younger of the two Laudrups who made it. Bartram's cross, Olsen had come nearest. Laudrup came in behind. McMahon, diagonal ball is on for Parker. Spent quite a bit of time in the air, the ball though, and that didn't give Parker as much time, but he's got away. Off Lars Olsen for the corner. It was a rather looping ball that came to Parker. He did well to keep going and got away from Michael Laudrup. Waddle is on the near post. Lineker in the middle. Butcher and Robson poised to come in on it. It's Butcher, well it would have been. Kent Nielsen who got there first. What a good ball out. Beardsley. Lineker's header. He applauds the cross.
I think he also would have applauded the pass that found Beardsley originally. There's a driven cross just clearing the Danish defender. Couldn't quite keep it on target. But it was a great early ball out wide to Beardsley from McMahon.
Laudrup. Back again to Olsen. It's good play by the Danes. And Olsen had continued his run. And is away from Brian Robson. It was a good attack all the way through, and it brings applause from the Danish bench. And not surprisingly, from all the crowd here in the Idrætsparken. Left foot, there was room for the shot. And it was cleanly past Peter Shilton.
Lars Elstrup have been very quiet, and there he goes. He hits it there. Peter Shilton off his line. One would have thought the angle seemed fairly tight one, that he would be happy to have the shot from that range, but he swerved, I think, from outside the near post and just got inside the goal very late on, and really he was unable to get a touch to it.
Waddle to Parker. Well taken by Parker. Not quite as well used. On by Bartram to Brian Laudrup. There's an extra half a yard in the stride of the Danes now, which in many ways will be useful for Bobby Robson. He will want to see this defence tested, and he will want to see this man test the Danish defence. Steve Bull coming on for his second cap in place of Peter Beardsley. Scored on his first appearance at Hampden. What now? Crowd still greeting the first goal of these centenary celebrations. Certainly more up than on by Henrik Andersen. Bull. Pearce did well to take it. 3 forward, Bull again. Looking for the shot immediately. Robson won it well. Lineker. McMahon. Pearce went wide to the left a little bit later than I might have expected. Bull is offside here. And a substitution to be made by the Danes. Henrik Andersen is to come off to be replaced by Kim Vilfort. Vilfort. Early touch. Good play by Brian Laudrup. And look where Lars Olsen is. Header was from Paul Parker. Skipper who's led this comeback. And it was he who got the furthest forward here. And Parker had to send it over his own crossbar. Laudrup.
Denmark definitely got their towels up, and really is a good test for England, because now they've got to get back into the game here. Laudrup really getting a fairly clear shot.
Meantime, England are going to bring David Seaman on. 64.5 minutes just passed on the clock. And the record man leaves the field to great applause. Peter Shilton, 109, needs 10 more to equal Pat Jennings, and if England go to the World Cup, he may well do that, the World Cup finals, that is. Standing ovation from those on the England bench and from the Danish crowd. David Seaman of Queen's Park Rangers gets his second chance in the England goal. The first was against Saudi Arabia. This could be rather more testing. Chest. Pearce. I'm sure Seaman would appreciate the touch. The Danes moved up, not quite all together then, trying to catch England offside. This is Bull. Free kick is against Bull, whose follow-up wasn't appreciated by Bartram. Over keenness, I don't think it was any more than that, but there was a certain amount of holding, and when he got up, well, to be fair, it was a clear foul by the Wolves player. Real wrestling match initially, and he didn't like to be the loser, did he? Bartram. Elstrup goes for the return, gets it. Myron Laudrup on the left. Walker with him. Oh! Supremely well done by Reesum, and England's very happy to scramble it away for the corner. Acrobatics for great purpose by the newcomer. Looked as though it was gone. Seaman could have been embarrassed by that. Five up, 6 up for the Danes. Met by Walker. England certainly needing him. I don't think that was really a back pass. McMahon with a bit of space. Rocastle with even more. Bull starts to make the run. Olsen's interception. Parker on the overlap, number 2. It's well played by Parker. Useful cross 2. Couldn't find an English head. Indeed, to be fair, an English challenge. It's end-to-end stuff. Both sides want the victory. Elstrup scored the equaliser. And we're inside the last quarter of an hour. Lineker in the 26th minute, Elstrup in the 56th minute, producing a 1-1 score. Lineker. Rocastle. More joy down this right side. Not comfortably away by Kent Nielsen. Waddle. Good save. And he loses it. McMahon unable to hold it in. It's a Danish throw. And a bit of cheek by Waddle. Very nearly catching the Danes. Schmeichel did well to parry, but then had the fortune. Helt. Rasmussen wants the ball diagonally forward. He's not going to be given it, at least not yet. Laudrup. Chased by McMahon. Laudrup shot! What a good try. I say it's good to see a player of undoubted class showing again his true form. Some rumours that he might be moving on from Juventus to Barcelona. Seaman happy to see that shot move on and away. We're inside the last minute.
I think we're seeing enough of the new emerging Danish team to wish them well, really, in the game. 2 matches against Romania. I think they'd be a welcome addition to the World Cup finals in Italy.
Parker. Chance the bounce, the better. Oh, good play by Waddle. A little unlucky. Larson able to come across. And immediately the Danes turn defence into attack. Helt. All back by 2 for England. Rasmussen in the chase. Picked up by Seaman. Stadium clock has gone past the 90 minutes and the referee brings the match to an end. England have an unbeaten season for the first time under Bobby Robson and for the first time for 14 years when Don Revie achieved that feat. I think an entertaining match, and it ends at Denmark 1, England 1.
And more good England news, a 6-1 win tonight for the under-21 side against Senegal.